Let me ask you a question. When you think about leaders, what comes to mind? Leaders in the community, leaders in the church, leaders in business, leaders in government. What comes to mind? Do you think high integrity? Do you think competent? Do you think having the interest of others at the center of what they do every day? Or do you think corrupt? Do you think self-interested? Do you think arrogant? Do you think egotistical? Here's why I ask the question. The quality of our leaders spells out more powerfully than anything else we can talk about the quality of our life. Leadership is the independent variable in the world. Go to a part of the world that is suffering, and I will show you a leadership pattern that is underperforming. I'll show you a leadership pattern that's self-interested, self-dealing in that part of the world, or caught up in old conflicts or egotistical issues or grudge matches. Show me a place on earth that is flourishing, and I'll show you leaders who go to work every day with the intent of doing good things for the people that they serve. Leadership is the independent variable. My name is John Stahl-Wert, and I'm honored to be the founder of World Serving Leaders. I'm addressing a series of videos just to the training partners of World Serving Leaders, men and women now in 32 plus countries who every day are going out to train serving leadership in their villages, in their nations, in their businesses, in their churches, to lift up the well-being of their communities. And I'm addressing myself in these first videos, this is number 4, to the core questions of who World Serving Leaders itself is. In our training, we introduce something called the Serving Leader Compass. My training partner, colleagues know this. And we say that everything inside an organization flows from the navigational guidance we get from the compass. On the east part of the compass is identity, DNA, who are you? On the south point of the compass is values. How are you going to operate? On the west point of the compass where the sun sets, what are you going to accomplish? And on the north, true north, why do you exist? And we call that true north great purpose or vision. Today I want to finish this cycle around the compass by answering the question, what is World Serving Leaders' true north? What is our great purpose, that long-term passionate engagement, that vision we have for the impact that we will have in the world? When we teach how to set a good set of values based on who you are, we look for simple few words that describe how you're going to operate. When we teach how to establish mission, we ask, what are concrete things that you can get done, mission accomplished, over the next number of years, that you can show progress in plans and in metrics and in the completion of objectives. But when we set great purpose, when we establish true north, we have a longer horizon line. It may be something that we will continue to serve for our lifetime and not see fully fulfilled. It needs to elevate the sights and govern, guide through many storms. And so great purpose has a dimension to it that is truly significant for the world. World Serving Leaders' great purpose is that we envision a flourishing world in which serving is the trademark of leadership. Now, I asked at the beginning of this video, what do you think of when you think of leadership? What do you think of when you think of leaders? And I don't know what you thought of. Again, perhaps you thought of your mother or your father and they were terrific. Or perhaps you thought of your mother and your father and they were so preoccupied with life's pain that they didn't think about you or see you or know how to care for you. Perhaps you thought about a pastor as a child who every Sunday lovingly guided you. Perhaps you thought of a pastor as a child who was distant and spent a lot of time sending the offering plate around a second time. Perhaps you thought of a boss who was insecure and who was berating you whenever work went poorly, or a boss who was cheering you on to grow and do your best. I don't know what your experience with leaders was, but I can tell you something. Serving is not the trademark of leadership in our world. Serving is not the brand that pops into people's minds as a general rule when you ask the question, well, what one word would you use to describe leaders on the earth? Well, you know what? I would use the word serving. Leaders on the earth get up every day with a passion to serve and make life better for others. That would not be the dominant answer. And we believe deeply at World Serving Leaders, thus our name, that a leader who is disciplined in mind and practice to serve others, who knows that their job is to serve customers, to serve employees, to serve standards. We know that that leader, then skilled to know how to do it, is going to grow an enterprise of goodness. And knowing that, we envision a flourishing world in which serving is what leaders are known for. Now, I want to address a jaded view. The jaded view is this: it's good to have a great vision, but shouldn't you have a vision that has a prayer of attainment? And I have two answers to that. One, no, because many things become real that did not have a prayer of attainment because someone envisioned them and because someone believed in them and stuck their chin out in the face of cynicism and said, yes, but still, I'm going to pursue it. And then a thing that was not possible, in fact, became possible. So first of all, no, I don't believe that a great purpose statement needs to appear attainable. I promise you that if you decide, and if all your fellows decide, it's not attainable, it's not attainable. But secondly, yes, you should indeed set a vision that is established against such a difficult horizon line of pursuit, because we need something true north that keeps us pressing. So we don't say a quarter of the way in or a tenth of the way in or 1% of the way in, good enough, and then relent in the pursuit that we have. But I want to say one other thing about a jadedness that we can have about trying to do something difficult. And I'm not just now talking about world serving leaders. We're trying to do something difficult. We believe that is worthy of our lives, to do something difficult. I also want you to know that doing the difficult thing that you are called to do is worthy of your life. And here is the thing. There are serving leaders already. This isn't a pipe dream. You know, the demonic and dark liars of the world would like us to not try to do hard things by telling us you can't do that. That's not possible. That could never work. But that lie's back is broken when there is the smallest demonstration of it actually being done. And I am telling you that there are serving leaders already. There are families led by serving hearts within mom and dad. There are churches led by pastors who know that their duty is to the care and development of their people and the activization of their people into lives of meaningful service. There are businesses owned by men and women who every day go to work thinking, this isn't my company. This company belongs to God. This company belongs to the community. And I'm going to do my best to make sure this company is an instrument of goodness for others. There are people in government, in healthcare, in the sciences, in education who think this way. And let me tell you, there are nations that think this way. One of the reasons we have a headquarters in Singapore is because the nation of Singapore is devoted as a nation, as a government, as a people to flesh out what it means to deliver excellence of service to one another and to the world. So the lie has already had its back broken. And if you're in a nation or a city or a community or a business or a church or a family that has decided just to get out of it what you can, because it would be delusional to reach for a dream of a gloriously serving enterprise, then I'm asking you to increase your vision. We envision a flourishing world. Yes, I know it's not flourishing today, but we envision it, one in which serving is the trademark of leadership.